through the seam of it.
Excuse me, still high hitting percentage in this match for Barnes. 4-point advantage OU. Cross court, rolls it, and gets a positive result there. Those kind of sequences are going OU's way. You're getting the sense of tonight's match.
Portia's just doing a great job of mixing up her shot. She's constantly keeping this Florida State block guessing.
Mega initiates. Knowles set the middle, and it goes off of Burgess that time.
When Florida State has been in system and able to set their middles, this offense is performing at a much better clip.
We wanted to see them get the back row attack involved at the start of set 2 as well.
Yeah.
What are you seeing out of that?
We saw it attempted a couple times early, so I'd love Florida State to go back to that at some point. But set your middles if it's available.
Pushed over. Shelton showing she can score in different ways.
And speaking of back row attacks, it wasn't a big, it was just a tip from the back row, improvising on the fly. But this is the athleticism of Alexis Shelton. Mid-air, going to the tip shot, had a one-on-one block.
With Philly Mao in the back middle, you're anticipating a powerful swing. Don't want to cheat up. Shelton sensing that. Keeping it alive, leads to a free ball, pushed back to the corner. Diving save. Shelton from a standstill position. No problem. Largest lead of the set for OU.
Oklahoma is just so tough at the pins right now. So many different options. All of them are efficient. And a great bump set from Diani Frega. Her setting ability has not been talked about enough in this match. She's a great out-of-system setter.
Transferred in from Fresno State. Mansfield said she was the best libero in the Mountain West Conference her first 2 years there. Now, pretty valuable part of this OU roster, who's feeling good right now in Norman, up 6. Here as the Seminoles find themselves down 15-9 here in the second set. Oklahoma took set 1, 25-16. AJ Ricketts, Kelly Burke, glad to have you with us in Norman for the showdown at the nets. Another look at the most recent sequence. They're challenging.
So there's one contact. 2. 3. And I'm thinking it's got to, well, that's, I'm not sure exactly what Florida State is seeing there.
If that's the point in the rally they were looking at.
I was going to say, I don't think that's the right part of the sequence.
I think this may be what we're looking for here. 1, 2.
Well, and the question is, did Frega, when that initial contact was made, did she touch the ball at all before Shelton? Then I could see where there would be 4 hits. If we can see it one more time. So pay attention to number 2 in the red jersey. Right there, did Frega's fingertip potentially hit that ball and make contact before Shelton hit it? If she did, then it would be 4 contacts because she touched it twice. This might be a better angle. From that angle, it looks like she touched the ball because do you see the spin of it change, the trajectory of it?
Yeah.
It looks to me like Diani Frega touched the ball there, so this would be a challenge won by Florida State.
Great point. Critical right now for the Noles. OU has scored 5 of the last 6 points.
After review, the ruling on the court stands due to inconclusive video. Florida State loses their challenge.
So basically, to overturn a call, you need irrefutable evidence. There was just not enough evidence and angles to make that determination.
Chris Poole looking on. In a hole right here on the road. Still yet to play in Tallahassee this season. Florida State to the far side. The dig by Mega. Shelton at the nets. Tip handled by Henke. Attack from the middle. 15-10.
Florida State, that was one of their best offensive sequences we have seen in this match. Great first ball contact, and then eventually finishing things off in transition by activating their middles and Nanoub Kapia.
Kapia's been quiet this match. That was her 3rd kill.
And a lot of that has just been because Florida State has been so out of system.
6.5 blocks in that first set for OU, none since, and Florida State's defense rising at the net.
Good read by the Knowles block on that right side, teaming up Lexi Mason and Papilla on this quick set, too. Great job closing that block in time against Alexis Shelton.
Mason, the solo block. That's the first block for Florida State today. Oklahoma right back to Alexis Shelton with the heavy swing. 16-11, and that block, that's been a talking point for the Noles early on in this young season. They didn't have a single block through 2 sets at USF and only ended up with 3 in 5 sets.
Blocking is the biggest adjustment you have to make as a freshman coming into college. It's bigger, it's more physical. You don't train a lot in that aspect of the game at the high school level, so it's a big adjustment doing the eye work, trying to make all the sequences of what it takes to be a good blocker.
Those are hanging around here in this second set. He's sinking serve, handled. Barnes, good swing. Defense there from Henke. Umawa, softly. Shelton will take a rip into the corner, off hands for an Oklahoma points.
Shelton wants a touch, though. They are going to rule there was a touch.
Yeah, OU point there. Make it 17-12. Saw the arc of that ball shift just a bit after the swing from Shelton. 7 kills now for Oklahoma. Stevenson, back set. Mason tips it. Well played.
Really smart shot by Lexi Mason. She brings a different look as a lefty. As a blocker, you have to make the adjustment with your eyes, and that block Patterson late to close it to the pin.
Bush was in the state of Washington last year. So was Mason as a high school senior. Towards the press row. Punched over. Henke chasing. Not going to get there.
That's one of the biggest differences we're seeing in this match is Oklahoma's ability on scramble plays like that, where you're out assisting, you're just trying to keep this ball alive and get it over. They're still able to terminate balls. Great decision there by Shelton. She didn't really have any options as far as she could hit them.
All going right for Oklahoma right now. Other than a 3-1 loss to Tulsa this season, they've now won 13 of 15 sets on the campaign, about to make it perhaps 14 of 16. Service error, though, a rare miscue for the Sooners. Nicholson will come in for Florida State. Umawa back as well. Hayden Whalen, freshman outside hitter, also in her debut. Nicholson in service. 3.0 pass. And another positive results, this time Patterson.
That 31 gap set is so difficult to defend. It doesn't matter if it's been Burgess or in that case, Kennedy Patterson. It's such a quick set. It's really tough to get a double block up against it.
Final season of eligibility for Patterson, who competed in 2 NCAA tournaments with Pepperdine. Strong serve. Tipped over. Neil Gibson has it covered. Confusion on who is going to set that. This is well out of play. And another OU point. Getting closer to 25 here in set 2, up 20-14.
Bush just makes such great decisions. She's hitting 400 as an outside hitter. That is a big number.
Sooners hitting 481 as a team, up by 6. Happy with us at McCaslin Fieldhouse, Oklahoma, Florida State. Sooner fans taking in the action. It's $2 drink and popcorn night, so that's quite the incentive.
Who doesn't love popcorn? Maybe we can order some up to the booth here.
Yeah, I've yet to acquire some. I'll go down to the concession stand between sets. Here's Barnes. Oh, I thought she caught the line there. It's just out of play. So fun to watch her in service.
I'm still stunned that she just picked up the serve when she got to the campus in August.
How do you execute that serve?
It's tough. I mean, it's a very tough serve. High risk, high reward.
I don't believe she wasn't practicing that in the gym by herself and all summer long. They only picked that up. Florida State gets up for the block. They have to put some points together here quickly, but they've got a shot here in set 2.
Florida State has looked better both defensively and offensively, doing a nice job starting to get more block touches, and in that case, shutting down Camille Gibson.
Garden goal, they only hit 0.59 set 1. They're at a 136 clip here in 2. Gibson with the tap. Diving, sequence kept it alive. I think Oklahoma said enough of that.
Gibson, she's so fast on her feet, can jump out of the gym. And you've got 4 attackers for Oklahoma that all touch over 10 feet. That's pretty scary.
Aaron Mansfield said Camille Gibson is one of the best athletes I've ever coached. She made such a huge jump this past spring, can work on either side, dominant from the left and right. Loves the decision making. Now Gibson rising along the far side.
It just needs to redirect those hands, her and Burgess, back to the inner part of the court. Right idea there with the double block. But Gibson can be the X factor for the Sooners offense this year.
Anyone to help take a little bit of the load off Shelton, who proved she can handle it last year, but these are the kind of player development pathways that are going to allow Oklahoma to advance maybe a little further in the NCAA tournament. Gibson, they're feeding her to not take any touch. A little too strong there for Camille Gibson, just her 3rd attacking error. Still hitting over 300.
We might have a challenge though. Gibson said, somebody touched that ball.
Looked straight at Coach Mansfield. Starting to plead her case there.
So waiting to get confirmation whether he told the official he wants to challenge or not. Doesn't look like it.
21-18 here in the second set for the timeout.
Oh no, it's a late challenge, JJ. Just saw that.
There it is.
There's a big debate there in the huddle.
So they will take a look at it. This is a critical sequence here in set 2. Let's take a look.
So if there is a touch, it would likely be
Kapua.
Yes.
Kapua, excuse me, the freshman.
Tough to tell from that angle. So even if a fingernail braces this volleyball, or if you'll, a good indicator is if a finger bends backwards.
That was a good angle. I didn't see
I didn't necessarily see a touch either from that angle. But I would tell you that Gibson plays and hits so high above the block, she has a great look from her perspective as an attacker.
Best vantage point. I don't see anything.
And it doesn't look like either. Sometimes when you touch the ball, the trajectory of it changes. So I did not see the trajectory and spin of that ball change.
Florida State trying to take advantage of these OU miscues. 4 of the last 5 points have come from OU errors.
Oh, this is a great look. Oh, no, they're right there, man. Maybe that 4th finger. Ring finger.
During the timeout, Oklahoma challenged that there was a touch on the block. After review, the call is reversed. There was a touch on the Florida State block. Point goes to Oklahoma. They will retain their challenge.
That Hawkeye view hit it on its head, that ring finger.
Looks like the call was going to stand until we had that vantage point. And that's a big turn of events there for the Seminoles. Instead of 21-18, 22-17.
Camille Gibson 1-0 in challenges today.
Shelton will sub in for Wallace. Get another look at Amani Bush in service. Entered tonight leading the team in aces with 11.
She just does so many things well. Good blocker, leads the team in kills.
Said OU felt like home the second I visited. Difficult first pass from Henke, but rolled it over anyway. Made up for that. That'll work.
Henke has had some of those looks where it's an out-of-system ball, not a whole lot of options. She's gone to the off-speed, and it's been able to catch this Oklahoma defense sleeping a bit.
One of those, all right. Make up for a bad pass, get your team a point. Knowles down 4.
Showing some life here, late in the second.
But a much more convincing second set from the Knowles. Oklahoma closing in on 25. Stevenson, back set. Mason tips it over. Gibson read it well. Shelton loading up. Look out.
That is such a tough angle to hit as an outside hitter. To cut this ball like Alexis Shelton does. Look at this athleticism, just cutting it inside of Henke.
11 kills now for Shelton. 91 clip. Stevenson to the middle. Capilla went into the nets, and OU is at set point.
I'm okay with that miss, though, by Capilla, because Florida State's trying to get their middles going. Capilla, a lot of raw potential.
Much better set from the Knowles. Didn't encounter the OU block once. They find themselves down 6. Henke, side out.
Smart shot by Henke, aiming for the outside blocker's hands and Alexis Shelton.
15 kills against USC last match. She's at 6 here. Crowd getting into it. Henke serves. Shelton, awkward on the set. Stevenson goes to Filimawa. Deep shot into the corner. That's really well done by Florida State.
Florida State, and specifically Yanni Henke, has gotten in a much better rhythm in this second set. Her off-speed looks have been on point, now up to 8 kills.
Still 4 set points. Barnes off the hands. Knowles still going. Filimawa down the line. Finishes the points. 24-21.
And you'll notice that it's been the veteran players, the Filimawa, Henke, that have really strung together some points late in the second set for Florida State.
Another point or two. It gets real interesting here. Got down to 3. Great first pass. Shelton on the run. Tried to play middle. And that is off the right hand of Amani Bush. 3, now 4 consecutive points for Florida State. They forced the timeout.
This is the fight that head coach Chris Poole was talking about with his freshmen. They don't necessarily know better, but that can be a really good thing. Ignorance is bliss sometimes.
I was talking about when they were down at USF, they could have wilted on the road in a tough situation. He was proud of how they fought back to 5, despite falling in 5 in Tampa. Here's our Week 3 SEC football lineup. All begins Saturday at 12:45 Eastern with Auburn hosting South Alabama. Louisiana, 25th ranked Mizzou begin at 4 on SEC Network Plus. And you got Arch Manning, 7th ranked Texas, hosting UTEP in Austin at 4:15 on SEC Network. Alcorn State, Mississippi State begins at 6 on SEC Network Plus. Thrilling win and start for the Bulldogs last week. And finally on SEC Network, Vandy, 11th ranked South Carolina. Each game also available on the all-new ESPN app, so you can watch anywhere. Filimawa, it's been a bright spot here for the Seminoles today. 6 kills.
Filimawa's 6 kills, making good decisions, and she's been a pivotal part in getting Florida State back into this second set. That leadership that she brings. Keep in mind, she was playing libero a lot the last 2 seasons, so it's been an adjustment period for her. Entering the season, she did not have a spring with the indoor volleyball team because she plays beach volleyball. So she's also adjusting on the fly a little bit, but nice outing so far today.
Yeah, it was a necessity. They needed her to play. She was learning the rules of the position in real time, and now back to her more natural position. 24-22, set 2. A 4-0 run by Florida State. They need 2 more points. Diving serve. Out of system OU. Barnes out of play. 24-23. The Knowles are showing some fight.
The difference in this run that Florida State has gone on, a 5-0 scoring run, is Florida State is serving much tougher. They have Oklahoma out of system.
What a run by Henke here. Can she get one more? Better first pass. The set to the side. Knowles' block is there. Back to Shelton. Off hands, igniting the crowd. Sooners take the set by 2.
I love the decision to go back to Alexis Shelton on that right side. There was a hole in the seam of that block, and she took full advantage. Star player doing star things.
We go to your senior when the set is on the line. Shelton's been getting it done for Oklahoma for years. Finishes that off. 25-23, Seminoles down by 2 sets on the road.